Hello all, and welcome once again to another Andar Plays Victoria 2. As far as I'm concerned, the only video game that even exists. I hear rumors of something called Europa Universalis or Crusader Kings, but what even is a king to a Victorian? An empress? Or a Kaiser? Or a president of a United State. Just one United State, not multiple. We're gonna answer some questions here. I don't know what they are, but they're getting answered today. What am I even talking about? What is this? It's a Let's Play. On YouTube. People still do that. I do. I haven't for a while, because I moved to Korea and had to get settled in and stuff, and now I am settled in, so now I'm going to do YouTube. Is that okay? Thank you. I'm going to play the Divided States mod, which takes place in a divided United States. My only problem with this mod is that you cannot start it from the Grand Campaign. You have to start it from a house divided, which, isn't that big of a deal, but I do prefer to start from the beginning. Either way, we're here. This is what America looks like, as well as a divided Mexico and a divided Canada. Maybe Australia as well? Nope, Australia is together. Let's dive in as Empire. The bold Empire State of New York, divided between upstate and the downstate Manhattan and Long Island area. We must unite once again with our brothers down the Hudson. For if we are an empire, we must expand. First though, our people are 50% dumb, and I want them to be 100% smart. I'd settle with 95% smart. So we're going to encourage clergymen who will make them smart through the power of the Lord, I believe. We will also research Romanticism, because people need good art and good poems. We will also cancel the auto-creation of leaders, because I personally find that annoying. And we will raise taxes on everybody, including the rich. Even though, well, let's not, because we don't get any money from them either way. The aristocrats using loopholes and privilege and whatnot to get out of their obligations to their country. We need an army. And I will recruit 5 infantry and 2 artillery. Or maybe, instead of, how about 4 infantry, 2 artillery, and 1 hussar for that reconnaissance bonus. They'll meet up in Albany, which will set the stage for an eventual conquest of New York. While we will conquer the city, we also have cores on Pennsylvania and New Jersey. We will acquire those in time as well. We must now seek allies. Ohio might be a good one. In fact, they will for now, but we do have conflicting cores over the city of Pittsburgh, which will present a problem later in the game. I might also want an alliance from Michigan at that point, but for now, we must settle with this alliance offer from New Hampshire, and potentially New Jersey I'll conquer eventually, although maybe a temporary alliance with them wouldn't be too bad. But Massachusetts will be an ally of mine, and we will play the game. Stock exchange, splendid news, 5% RGO output, and lower pop militancy. Maryland, Maine, Pennsylvania, sure. All of these are good things, and while they don't have allies, let's go ahead and just declare a quick war on them. We'll mobilize our troops so we have something to call up there. In fact, I don't want the troops to meet up in Albany. I'd rather they meet up in Syracuse there. And we'll just get into it. Restore order. Everyone should come in. We're not going to increase pride. Everyone becomes 90% more jingoistic, except for liberals who get a little more militancy. There are more problems with this mod that will become apparent the more we play it, but I like it because I like playing as an independent American state. So I'm going to mark no on that. I don't believe I need more jingoism. I think all my allies have agreed to enter, and they will likely fight on my behalf. We will not be able to recruit a general for a little bit, but that's okay. Because it looks like Massachusetts, the coalition is already in New York City proper, and they'll probably just take it for us without us having to do much of anything at all. Rhode Island, welcome to the club. And create general. We have Cyrus Blair, a priest and a romantic with 50 morale. A little low organization, but some experience to make up for it. He will lead our armies to glory. Like so. And now we can join in on the occupation of Long Island, where we will win. Make peace. Wait, did that say not accept offer? Oh, well, that was for white peace anyway. That was dumb. Why can't I? Yeah, annex Manhattan Commune. Oh, Westsylvania, for whatever reason, is the war leader. Odd. Well, I can demobilize and send my proper troops up to Syracuse. Okay, cool. We are now the United Empire of New York. And our military is still being built. We have a lot of income coming in. And a comet was sighted to increase our research points, which is excellent. The Hussar might take a little time. I might give up on that if it doesn't, if we can't find the materials, the luxury clothes, but it looks like it's happening. Oh. I'll sign the Geneva Convention. Against my better judgment. Yeah, looks like it might take a while to get the luxury clothes necessary. In the meantime, we can continue building our army. I read somewhere on Reddit that the best composition early on is 5 infantry, 4 artillery, and 1 hussar, so that's what I'm trying to do. So I'll need 2 more infantry, and 2 more artillery. And then I'll have a very powerful army, maybe, if you don't mind me saying, the most powerful army in all of these divided states of America. Ain't that something? Of course, now our allies want our assistance. I'm inclined to help Ohio instead of Westsylvania. But let's see specifically what's going on here. Ohio wants West Virginia. They are allied with Ontario and Kentucky. Westsylvania is allied with Delaware and Nickajack. We will support Ohio. I want to be on the winning team. Although I probably won't send any troops until the army is fully built up. Positivism sounds great to increase our education efficiency. We can also have access to a port from which we can build a navy. and potentially expand overseas to this place. It's got a lot of resources. Delaware wants 5,000 of its troops killed. We will oblige this request. Well, we can't follow them into Pennsylvania, so I'll leave them to it. But we can move over to Buffalo. Well, let's just get that military access. You can't run forever. We will find you. We will destroy you. Sure, Newfoundland. Those guys were from Buffalo. So we need to encourage soldiers to get that pop back. Can I add a war goal to Puppet? Would Ohio AI even accept that, though? I'll try it out just for fun, really. It might have been in my best interest to straight up annex the territory. But I don't know, it's disconnected. It wouldn't be for now. Let's see, they are now a satellite of my nation, which is great, because now they will come into my battles as an ally, unable to refuse. Which will be very valuable, I think, in the conquest of Pennsylvania and New Jersey coming up. Still can't get those guys. Join in, support the battle, and win. New York, all pops can become 50% more socialist, which would roughly mean all my pops become 50% more socialist because I only have the one state. But it looks like only 33% are. Try and bloody the nose of Nickajack up there, but it looks like we're going to lose that battle, so I'm going to retreat back into my territory, where hopefully I can recover some of these losses we've been taking in, helping Ohio do whatever it is Ohio wants to do. Meanwhile, let's get early railroad and start working on our national infrastructure. I'm going to just get rid of all of those units, move these guys back to the rally point, and they're not working on those hard enough, not purchasing the resources they need. So 2 infantry, 3, 4, 5, and 1 artillery, 3, well, 2, 3. We'll still need 1 more artillery eventually, as well as a hussar. We can also think about building up our navy, although to do what, I'm not sure. Maybe invade the DR or Haiti, although I would like a good launching off point to potentially get into Africa. Portuguese territory looks very nice, as well as the Danish territories, which doesn't look like they have. No Danish Ghana at this start date. That's a shame. Tough call. Portugal is in the sphere of Spain, so they might come in. However, that would not attract Spain's ally, the Netherlands, if I had declared war on Spain directly to get South Cameroon or Cuba or Puerto Rico over there. Okay, our army is built, almost. We need 1 more artillery and the hussar. Our clergyman is over 4%, so I will begin encouraging soldiers. New English nationalists have risen up in Massachusetts, and it looks like they might win. How will this change the political landscape? I'll support temperance. I'm interested to see if there is a crown from the gutter decision for New England to form. Or if rebels will just march endlessly in that territory forever. Inorganic chemistry. No, it just releases New England, which breaks Massachusetts up terribly, and, well, just makes a really bad-looking New England that probably can't even take the cores it has. Oh well. I'll ally with them. Why not? That sounds fun. We will support state capitalism, as we would like to encourage socialists so that I can seize direct control of industry, which I would not have if the conservatives or liberals were in power. Okay. So next up will be the conquest of New Jersey, as they do not have very many good allies. Well, Pennsylvania is allied with Indiana, Massachusetts, and Old Dominion. Old Dominion referring, of course, to Virginia. It looks like Ohio won that war after all. Good for them. Pennsylvania is cut in half. The Republican Party won the recent election in my nation, which unfortunately enforces pacifism and a bunch of other bad things I don't want. So we'll just have to hold another election, maybe. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll hold elections until not the liberals win. The conservatives should have won. They have the most in the upper house, as well as voters' ideologies. Curious. Well, I don't think those hussars are getting made at all. It just takes too much luxury clothes and there isn't enough on the world market. I'm gonna move these guys down to New York City while I make another unit of 4 artillery and some infantry. Once the war breaks out, I will fill in this extra unit with the draftees. And I will call this army... Hold on. Wait for it. What is going on? I'm trying to type here. There we go. A. That's all I wanted to do. I don't know why that made it so difficult. Autosave and whatnot. Okay, the Liberals won. I didn't really get to make a decision in that election. Sure, we'll just live with it for now. I'm sure even with pacifism, we'll still conquer New Jersey, no problem. So holding New York City, we do get that Jewel of the Hudson, which just gives us random nice prestige. And that will repeat a lot. So we'll just get free prestige for holding New York City. One of the many things of this mod that are a little weird and wonky that could probably use some work, I might think about building forts, but it's expensive and I'm running a deficit here. Should start charging the rich for their stay. Pay off that loan. Yeah, it looks fine. It's probably mostly just the construction budget trying to get those luxury clothes. Expensive hot commodity. Luxury clothes. We'll get more research points. That thing's never gonna get built. Okay, so 4, 3, 5, 6. Huzzah! And once that's done, we'll just march on in. They're allied to Delaware, but Delaware is a satellite state and therefore cannot declare war on me. In fact, they will be forced into declaring war on their former ally. Connecticut, however, is the only issue here. Which, maybe if New England manages to occupy it, maybe they'll ask for it, and I'll give New England Connecticut. Maybe. The AI is not usually capable of such feats of strategy. But we'll see. Alright, well, it looks like they're not building, so I'm just going to cancel them outright and go on in. Calling my allies. Long lists, starting with Delaware. We'll march in proudly. Newfoundland accepts, New England accepts, Rhode Island accepts, Ohio accepts, New Hampshire accepts, Massachusetts accepts, Maryland accepts, and as does Maine. So what does that look like for New Jersey? It looks like that. It's a bad spot to be in. I don't think Connecticut joined the war. I wonder why. And just like that, it's all over. What the heck? Why am I not the war leader? Why is New England the war leader? Senseless. Senseless war leader assignment. Okay, well this army will be proudly named B. And they still have some recruitment to get through. They need at least one more infantry. And I would like both armies to have their hussar. I will open up that factory in New Jersey and subsidize it. Looks like this Republican Party isn't so bad economically. If I can't build factories, but I can open them up and subsidize them, which is good. Better than nothing. Clergymen in New Jersey. And we'll continue on. Maybe I just cancel the hussars and maybe regular cavalry, because it has us a small reconnaissance bonus, will work in its stead. Or do they need luxury clothes as well? They need wool and wine, but it does look like we have that plenty of it. So it shouldn't be a problem. One of New York's, in real life, natural resources is our wine production. I mean, they're not natural, but one of our agricultural products is wine. So that is cool, even though it's not represented in game. And we'll get no army research to go through, so clean coal. Kind of selecting at random a little bit. I have no tech strategy. Okay, so the Newark cavalry I'll send to Army A, while the other one will go to Army B. There's another war with Ohio. Ohio wants to acquire West Sylvania and Kentucky, which will likely break their alliance with Kentucky once they get it. I will support them in this war, which again is against Michigan, well, against West Sylvania, Nickajack, and now Michigan. It's getting dangerous. But I'm sure we will overcome, as we have overcome so much other. What are you doing? How is Delaware? Delaware is supposed to be a satellite of mine. How are they against me? That seems messed up. Well, we'll need military access from Pennsylvania again. And I guess the only way to pacify Delaware is to conquer it fully. Like I said, the Jewel of the Hudson just pops up and I get 3 prestige for it. So we'll march on in, I guess. Wait, these guys don't have a leader. That's bad. They should probably get one. Create Ambrose Hooker, a man of attack and organization, but not so much of for morale. He's a little clueless, if daring, some would say. In charge of B Army, he will occupy Pittsburgh. As A moves closer to Baltimore, and the war concludes. So, what does it matter that they're my satellite if... Does that system just not work in this mod? It says they will accept because we are their overlord. But why are they at war with us? That shouldn't be possible. I'll send you to Buffalo. No, that's not my army. That is. And we will consider a war against Pennsylvania. They are allied with the Old Dominion, Massachusetts, and Indiana. The only potential threat I see from them is, I don't know, maybe Indiana's stronger than I give them credit for. They have a population of about 330,000. Ohio has almost 1 million. I have over 1 million. I think we got it. I think we got this. So I'll be declaring war to restore order, calling the Allies, all friends of the Empire, join on in, and get started with the occupation and the fighting. Pennsylvania was trying to draft an army, but we destroyed all of them as they grouped up in Philadelphia. We might try and block off the Pennsylvanians as they go into Washington, but let's try and defend the Delaware army in the Battle of Harrisburg. Looks like we're starting to lose that battle, so I'm going to retreat back to Syracuse. Army B will have to take care of it. Which we have done just that. Army A can recuperate their losses. I'm sure we can handle it from here. Let's see, Old Dominion. Looks like they're mostly defeated. All that's left now is the army from Indiana. Which shouldn't be a problem, as long as these guys get it together. But they might not, so we'll have to keep looking over here. I will now encourage machine guns. Develop the weapons of the future. Looks like they're almost ready, so we can begin. What just happened? I don't know why. Where's the peace? Cut Old Dominion down to size, cut Indiana down to size. Never mind what the war was actually about, which was the conquest of Pennsylvania. Ohio, there's going to be a reckoning between you and I. And not just over the fate of Pittsburgh. I'm gonna have to destroy you for this transgression. Until then, though, I think that'll do it. The Empire has expanded down the Hudson and over New Jersey. Pennsylvania is yet to fall, although it very well should have. And then Pittsburgh will be next. And after that, maybe the Great Lakes? Who can say? I can, actually. That's what'll happen. See you next time on Andar Plays Victoria 2. Thank you for watching.